This video is sponsored by Sweetwater Sound.
Have you ever wanted to learn to scream like this? This? Or this? If you said yes, then stick around because I'm going to show you how. Okay, I know it's been a long time since my last How to Scream video, and over the years you guys have been asking me to make more, and asking me, and asking me, and asking me, and I've just been really busy making music, touring, streaming on Twitch, and living life. But honestly, the biggest reason why I haven't made one of these videos in a while is because I don't really like talking to the camera, and I don't really like talking to all of you. The scream technique I'm going to be talking about today is called false chord. This technique is used by bands such as Whitechapel, Chelsea Grin, Suicide Silence, Thy Art Is Murder, and a ton of others. So here we go. Step by step, I'm going to show you guys how to execute the false chord scream. Step 1. Breathing and finding your diaphragm. I covered this all in my last How to Scream video, so if you haven't seen that one yet, I encourage you to go back and watch it before proceeding with this one. Your diaphragm is the muscle in your belly below the lungs that expands and contracts to help you control airflow. The healthiest way to vocalize is to breathe from your stomach using your diaphragm and not your chest, which puts tension on the throat. So this, and not this. Imagine you can breathe through your belly button. This will ensure that you're not straining yourself by putting tension on the wrong muscles when doing vocals. Step 2. Warming up. Again, I've already covered this in my last How to Scream video, so just go watch that. But basically, if you try to sing, scream, or do any type of extreme vocals without warming up your voice, you're gonna have a bad time. Step 3. False chord grunt. Imagine a frustrating or painful situation. Maybe you're stuck in traffic. Maybe you stubbed your toe. Or maybe you're being bombarded with comments demanding that you make another How to Scream video, and the responsibility of the task just becomes so much that you're filled with anxiety and existential dread. Whatever the reason, you're irritated and it just makes you go, ugh. So from here, I want you to sort of combine an H sound and add some extra airflow from your belly to the grunt, and that should sound something like this. Give that a bit of practice, and once you have it down, you can move on to step 4. Step 4, projection and compression. In order to take your false chord scream to the next level, you need to learn how to properly project your voice. Using the breathing habits we've learned in previous steps, see if you can let out a nice healthy shout using your full voice. Ha! Ha! Remember that this is coming from your belly, not your chest. Now you want to combine this projected voice with your false chord grunt from step 3. What's happening here is essentially your false chords pressing down on your true vocal cords to create that scream sound. Using the muscles in your stomach, you can tighten and compress the airflow for a more focused and powerful scream. This ability takes discipline and a lot of trial and error in order to build up. After practicing for a while, you should become more comfortable with it, and you'll be able to scream for longer periods of time. So don't be discouraged if you can't get the hang of it right away. Step 5. Shape, pitch, and tone. The pitch of your false chord scream all depends on the shape of your mouth. For low screams, you'll want a more narrow mouth shape, but for high screams, you'll need a more expanded mouth shape. You can also experiment with different tongue placements to change the resonance of the scream. For example, if you arch your tongue inward or outward, you can get that guttural, toilet bowl low scream. You can also achieve some rather disgusting mids and highs this way. Another way to modify the tone of your scream is to blend more of your voice into it for that angry, hardcore sound. Let's go! Be aware that this all takes time to develop. Advice for the road. False chord screaming is a lot more physically taxing than vocal fry, and it'll break your voice down faster. Because of this, you need to be extra careful about your technique and vocal habits. Take your time building up stamina, and if it starts to hurt, let that be a sign that you've reached your daily limit and stop. As I've said before, part of being a good vocalist is knowing when to shut up and let yourself heal. Something else I've learned is that people with naturally lower vocal ranges tend to have an easier time managing false chord screams. To ensure a long-lasting vocal career, I'd recommend you utilize fry screams more than false chord in a live setting, as they're more sustainable and less vocally destructive. But if you plan on using false chord screams regularly, be sure to stay well hydrated, get plenty of rest, and maintain good eating habits. Well, that's all I have for today. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and I wish you all the best of luck on your screaming journey. Special thanks to Sweetwater for making this video happen. Thank you all so much for watching, listening, and supporting me on my various endeavors throughout the years. Feel free to leave a comment about what sort of content you'd like to see from me, and maybe I'll get to it in the next 3 years. Thanks again for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you soon.
I spent my whole life searching, and I found nothing. No room for love in this life.